G'day guys, we got Winnie here from Mantraflow. As I said before, we get the second map winner in here. So guys, in the future, if you want to get an interview, win a second map, okay? Don't worry about the first map, let that go 13-0. The second map is the one that truly matters, okay? That's your true veto, isn't that right, Winnie?
That's exactly right. And as long as you come back after losing the first map in overtime, it's all right.
Yep, and
it all is all right in the end.
And losing in such a position when you guys are 11-10 up, the XA have no money if they lose that round. Yeah, I gotta say, how was Inferno like in the end? Was that just the definition of frustration?
It was frustrating. Like we probably should have won that map, but we did have a pretty slow start. So it being a very close game is understandable with how bad we're playing early on.
Yep. With like, games sort of like that, how do you really come back from it, given how your Inferno was ended frustratingly, like DXA really pulled it out of the fire, and you go to Ancient, reset, completely swipe them off the map, basically.
A lot of mental reset. Like, definitely, we knew that we threw Inferno, but you just gotta pass it over, forget about it, and just go into the next map. We didn't really have a play. We've been pracking Ancient. Like, Ancient's been kind of our weak map, but we've been pracking it a lot, so we're pretty confident with the vetoes. So overall, yeah, we're pretty good, pretty ready for them. Kind of expecting more of a fight on Ancient, but I don't think they really understood the map. Maybe because they were just playing with Helix, because he's fresh coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a pretty good game plan.
Yeah, I gotta say, how was it with Cookie popping off on Ancient in particular? Like, Cookie was just keeping them out of sight. He had 25 kills in the end.
Honestly, if Cookie can do that fucking every game, we'll be fucking smashing everyone. But yeah, no, Cookie was popping off. Like, he was feeling himself. I think he was kind of feeling himself in the end of Inferno as well. So I think he just carried that over into Ancient and just, took us over the finish line.
Alright, where do you guys think you're going to go in particular with, like, are you guys going to be staying in ECL? Or do you guys think you could be going directly relegated based on your position at the moment?
I don't think we'll get knocked down to 9th or 10th. We might be in relegations. We might be, but we also might hit that 6th spot if we win. If we do well against Art of War or Rooster, if we somehow pull a map out of Rooster or out of Art of War, I reckon we can get that 6th spot or just hit relegations.
I gotta say, to hit relegations, which map, which obviously gonna be a bit of a secret as well. Which sort of map would you like against either Out of War or Rooster in particular?
What map, like, against them?
Yeah, what sort of veto would you like to get against them?
Not sure. I don't really. Well, we insta-ban Mirage. That's no secret.
Yep.
All the other maps, we're pretty confident on pretty much all the other maps. So anything other than Mirage, I feel like we'll have a chance.
Yeah, so you got a chance against Rooster because they always pick it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Anyways, which team are you more confident to get a win against? Like, if you get that one win on the board, would it be Rooster or Art of War? Like, which team that you can catch them at a low point and just bash them?
Definitely Art of War. We shut Terry down. Art of War's done. Terry is a very core part of Art of War's game plan. He doesn't pop off, they get rolled. He pops off, they roll.
Yep.
So yeah.
So are you organising a Holo live concert to make sure that Terry is distracted?
We'll get the lights, get the beams, play him in the background, send him into him early, make sure he's really distracted early before the game. Yeah, no, could do that. Mental warfare.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get the mind games, mate. Jose Marino is only famous for that. Okay, the mind games.
It's all about the Hololive mind games.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I know it's a meme and all that, but it could be true. It could be true. Anyways, I got to ask as well. I haven't interviewed you before, but what do you do with yourself, outside of CS?
Just a lot of CS. A lot of CS. Don't really do anything. Just fucking stay home, play CS game.
Oh, come on, you got to study, mate. Okay, Foggers is a fin bro.
Oh.
James is still at university somehow.
I know. It wasn't my fault that I lost my job. My work shut down. It wasn't my fault.
Oh, what did you do? What do you do for work? Of course, I know.
I used to be a kitchen hand.
Okay.
But the place I used to work at shut down, so.
That sucks. You found any more jobs like with kitchen hands and stuff like that? Do you want to be a chef or something like that, or?
Fuck no.
Yep.
I hate hospitality. It is horrible.
Okay, I should ask, why is it horrible? And I'll probably expect an answer, a really good answer, and the expected answer I expect.
You deal with people.
Yeah.
you have to deal with customers. Even when it's not your fault, you have to deal with them, which is whatever.
So do you want to work retail anytime soon?
That's just as bad, I hear.
I know, exactly, that's why I asked.
Nah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. CS, obviously, but...
Yep. So I was actually going to ask, because Cheeseball's been in IGL for a very long time, and he's also always get the same team together over and over again. What's his style of in-game leading like? Because I know he always gets Reckons, he always gets these, you know, riflers always in his team. What's the sort of in-game style like compared to any other in-game leaders you've been under?
Compared to, like, on my old team, Deadweight, if you,
Yep.
like, remember that team,
Yep.
we were very kind of strat heavy, where David really lets us kind of control our side of the map. Like, he wants input, obviously, to make the calls, but he's very, lets us do our thing, which is really good. I like it.
Mhm.
I like it a lot. Like, it took a while to get used to it, because, like, all my other teams were very, like massive strat books, like, pages of strats. Where, like, now it's more like to focus on my aim, focus on how I want to play, and kind of just get reads in the game, which is I like. It's good.
So how big is the strat book? Is it like, you know one of those card holders where you put all your cards in? Is it that big? You know, it's like a little notebook and that's it?
There's stuff. There's stuff. But that's all I'm going to say about that. There's stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's strats.
I was going to say, because, you know, what version of Mantra is this? Because I know there's been Mantra 1, Mantra 2, Mantra 3.
God. I don't know. I'm the latest addition to the team. I got no idea.
Is he gonna, like, you know, Mantra 8? You guys doing like yoga session soon where you do salute to the suns or something like that?
I don't know. I know because I've versed this team in ESEA for the ECL spot.
Yeah.
When I was in Deadweight, and they had Magic, I believe, and I think they had Clover.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a roster. So I think it's a different iteration again. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
It has been through a couple roster
so
changes.
I had Mantra 2 back in the ANZ main days, so, you know, but it's actually called Mantra Flow, so there's no numbers anymore. They've given up on the numbers. I think it's good that they've given up on the numbers because, you know, PlayStation gave up the numbers too, or hope they do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you need a name.
Hopefully not like PlayStation though. That the latest iteration's the shittest so far. So hopefully that's not the same for us.
Oh, definitely not. Okay. Overall, how do you think the current ECL iteration is, like, you know, competitive wise?
I reckon the scene is the strongest it's probably been for ECL. Like I feel like a while ago the quality of games were a lot lower. I feel like nowadays there's kind of like the ceiling's been lifted a bit. I don't know if that's just FlyQuest coming back and just like there was a big roster change that everyone knows about around the whole scene.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just that making people have to work harder again to get used to their like rosters. But it seems, I reckon it's a lot better now.
Yeah, because I think overall, in particular, like, I know people said that early the madness and the quality of CS went down. I think Pilsky was quoted saying that, and a few others as well. And I felt like that was the same thing as well. Like, the rosters hadn't stabilized. But I'm gonna say overall that, you know, Rooster put a pretty decent showing against Mouse. However, horrible showing against.
That was a mad game.
Horrible showing against Big in Australis. I've never seen people walk willingly into a meat grinder before, but now I have. But to be fair, I gotta say this right now, like, Australian teams don't verse a lot of protocol teams like Australis. Like, do you know any teams that are so protocol heavy like Australis in an Australian scene?
Not really, eh? Like, I'm trying to think, like Rooster was very like imitated of VP, and I don't really like, they're kind of a protocol team, but I guess that's probably why they did so well. But yeah, not really in Australia, eh? It's just a lot of make plays just off info, which is protocols, but it's more of like on the call, less of in the book.
Do you think, like, if a team like really tried to adopt that sort of strategy, that would be better for the AU scene overall, or is it just get to Europe and have some practice and get some reps in?
I feel like in Australia, in Australia. It'd be good to do that, then go international, and then actually have that experience against the other teams. But against other Australian teams, they'll just run at you and just gun up, just out aim. A lot of teams don't think; they just shoot.
Yeah. And
just getting that overseas part is the hard part, where it would actually be useful.
I'm gonna say overall with deadweight in particular, because you're on deadweight before, how frustrating it is because you guys lost 2 chances at ESL Open, I believe. And like, how hard is it to come back from that in particular, and each time to really just rally up again? Because you guys did pretty well in relegations as well, despite losing.
Well, wait, that was kind of hard because we didn't know at the time, but Sharky at Warpa was leaving, like he was just quitting CS, which we didn't know at the time, which was probably good for our mentals. But losing to Mantra and ECL, we kind of felt like we threw that. Like there was one map, I think it was Ancient, like it was 11-13, and we threw it, and like that would have won us like the whole thing. And we kind of felt that. And then against DXA, we weren't playing with our full roster, we were playing with a sub, so we're just trying our best, which didn't really affect us.
Yeah, that's gonna be really, really frustrating in particular. But I guess I think you went lights out on one of the maps where you were like solo carrying. I think it was Anubis, where your site just could not be entered. Was it Anubis? I'm not sure.
I think it was Dust.
It was Dust. Yeah, it was Dust.
I almost 30 bombed. Yeah, we still lost that map too.
Dude, I gotta say that's the epitome of frustration when you've done so well, but you still don't win.
It was another thing, another fucking map as well. We win that. I think we beat DXA and go into ECL. It's just like, just got to get over that hump.
I was gonna say it's like simple all over again, basically. Like simple, like one of these individual accolades, but Na'Vi weren't winning anything. But
team game. It's a team game.
Exactly. I'm actually gonna say this as well, because I've noticed it as well. Like, a lot of the good teams, they don't have like that one top player. Like you take a look for Spirit, for example. Okay. You look at Na'Vi and you're just like, well, who's the best player in Na'Vi? JL? Is JL top 5 players? No. Or JL is in the top 5, but he's not number 1.
Yeah. JL's really walked up into that spot for Na'Vi as the star player. Because back when the roster was first made, he was not performing well before the major.
Yep. Actually, I was going to say, someone made an interesting comment, okay, with the team. Okay, so they said, basically, all players in a team must be able to play, or not play, but clutch up at any single time or stand up any sort of time. Otherwise, that team is not going to go very far. What do you think about that quote?
I agree.
Yep.
Every player on a team, you want to trust them to be in those situations where you know that they can at least frag. Like, no one wants to be in a team where someone's just dead weight, because then it's just you just don't rely on them. So it's just. You got to have like reliability on everyone.
Yeah, is it more like just having trust in a player in particular? Like, they're working hard. Anyways, talking about trust in particular, like, when do you like gain trust in someone, especially from a CS2 sense?
Building chemistry is a really big thing. Like doing reps if you guys are in the same positions or you're on the same site, just knowing like protocols and what the other person is doing, so you can adjust yourself accordingly. And being in those positions when like XQs come in and you mow down people and you've like done the reps, it's just good. It feels good, and then you just build chemistry from that.
Do you guys like practice like going to matchmaking, going to Premier, going to Face It, or do you guys do that during scrims? Like, how do you guys build that chemistry on like a B side defense or an A side defense?
We do a lot of scrims. We do a lot of scrims to kind of like get our sights down, because we like to just get a lot of experience where we play our roles. So there's a lot of times where we're just together and comming, and there's also stuff like outside of like theory that we go over, which kind of just gets each other on the same page again.
Yep. Is there any point like when you have that with someone in particular that just works, it just clicks, you just know that you can just work off each other essentially?
Oh, definitely. Like, everyone has different wavelengths, especially in the game. Like, people have different ways of thinking. Like, people are more aggro. People like would rather just hold an angle. People don't want to go for entries. Like, there's multiple different kinds of ways people play the game, and having someone that understands your way and you understand their way, like finding gaps, finding timings, good util to support X player. Like, it's a night and day difference.
Yeah. Anyways, like I say, I'm gonna wrap up the interview. Thanks for coming on. Do you got anything you want to
Thank
shout
you.
out? You know, like, you know, Twitter or anything like that? You know, do you stream on Twitch?
I'll shout out my Twitter. Follow me on Winnie with 5 E's, CS2. Follow
Yeah.
me on Twitter.
I also want to say anything to your fans, because obviously Mantraflow have a lot of fans, but they're just all in yoga class at the moment.
Yeah, they're just hiding under rocks. Waiting for another 2-0. But we didn't get 2-0 this time. We got a map. So eat it.
Yep. But 2-0 advantage, that's very important. That's a very important 2-0. And
Oh,
arcade.
we smashed Vantage. 13-0'd them twice in a row. Like,
so easy, mate.
what were they doing?
Well, they weren't there for the first part, but anyway.
Literally didn't show up.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for coming on, man. See you later.
Thank you.